everybody, I'm your man, Dennis Pitzenberger. We're here, Power Automedia, at the SEMA show with my man, JC from ATI. You know, you guys are racers, you're innovators, and you're engineers. And you know what? What I got in my hand is one more of your solutions, man. Take that thing off my hands. Talk about this cool new product for Turbo 350s.
Yeah, we've been doing aluminum pumps, bolt-together pumps, heat-treated stator tubes, different things for more than 10 years now. So the next progression for us was the Turbo 350. We got a lot of class racers, stock, super stock, your guys, you know, your bracket racers that need a little edge, or they need a little more pressure, a little boost, or free up some horsepower. And a couple pounds, so this was our next iteration of what we wanted to do. We tried to keep as much stock as we could, so it'll just bolt onto whatever you have for a pump. We re-engineered some passages where we could for improved fluid flow, and being aluminum to, you know, guys aren't going to want a whole aluminum pump, so we're going steel back half to aluminum front half, so we had to make sure we take into account the metal growth rate of an aluminum front on a steel back and make everything work. Then from there we put our coated gears in it, which frees up a little power. They spin so easy. They're just so slick. The coating stays on. We've got wear plates like our other parts, and we know how to make the aluminum pumps. So this is it for the Turbo 350.
And that's what I was going to ask. That was my one question, is how do you make it work with the aluminum versus the steel and the steel versus steel? You guys have found that solution within tolerances and giving them the right solution, so there isn't just the need to work with everything aluminum or everything steel.
Yeah, absolutely. So your aluminum will grow about 3,000ths to 1,000ths for against your steel. Your aluminum's dissipating heat, your steel's warming up and holding it. So if you're going to put this on a steel back half, it's sized accordingly. We have part number for that. And depending on what you're doing, you can always talk to us. But for 99% of the guys, it's a bolt-on deal, and have at it.
All right, from that, with a Turbo 350, that bracket guy looking for the edge, I got to grab it. It's the beaten stick, and I'm talking about beaten on 2,000 horsepower input shafts, man. Talk about this new product you have for the guys out there with big horsepower.
You got it. The 4L80, 85 is getting more and more popular every day. So we've released a few new parts here, and one is a 2,000 horsepower capable Vasko input shaft. We know how well it works in power glides and turbo 400s for huge horsepower, so we took everything we learned and translated it into this shaft, and it's a 2,000 horsepower deal, which helps the 4L guys are heavy, not a lot of gear, and they make some steam now.
You know, one of the things about it is you guys have the fleet of cars in the parking lot to beat on this and make sure it works. But you know what? It's one of the most annoying parts you can break in a transmission, because it's not something you can just pull out and replace like that. What's been the response from the customers?
Well, most of them are like, how much horsepower? And that's it, and that's accurate. So we know what this size shaft and that unit will take, and we'll stand behind it.
All right, from that beaten stick that'll take 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 horsepower, again, the solution, that's what you guys do. I'm a small block nitrous guy. You guys build stuff that I'm scared to even get near. But the guys out there with imports, 2JZs, they want to put an automatic in there. They got the right solution. They can put the horsepower on the ground. Now you've come up with that solution as well.
Yeah, this part will be in a street rod kit for your 2JZ powered car. You want to stick a 4L80 in, have a perfectly reliable transmission for 1,500 plus horsepower. We're talking flex plate, converter with a billet back cover, your full lockup, the correct bell housing, bolt the thing right on, get your cross member drive shaft shifter, and go out and run, you know, 850s.
You know what? That's what this guy does. JC, always an innovator, always a racer, and you know what? Just a pure car guy, man. Thanks for coming by. If people want more information about the stuff for the 350, the big input shaft, or those import guys looking for an automatic to stick behind that big boost, where do we go?
ATIRacing.com. We've been in Baltimore, Maryland for 56 years, or find us on Facebook.
You heard him, ATIRacing.com. Power Automedia right here, SEMA show coverage.